Hello everyone and welcome to Mail Something Pretty. I am Christine Josty and I have this fun fall card to show you. You will see that with this layout you can do different seasons and different flavors of your drink because I'm using the More Than Autumn stamp set and these are the dies that go with them. But you can see here that you could write something about pumpkin spice or autumn versus fall. We have eggnog, we have peppermint, hot cocoa, cider. So it's definitely like fall into winter. Or we have donuts, which are all year round. Apples could be all year round. So, and then you have all this fun stuff. But I'm just kind of focusing on the drink, which I have here, and some leaves and pumpkin. So it's definitely a fall drink, but I just want you to see that you can kind of use it for a lot more than like just one thing, which is really cool. And you get tons and tons of dies. So that's what we're using. I almost dropped that. And just to give credit, I had seen a similar card online, different colors, but kind of the same layout. And so that was very simply Susan Fields. So thank you very much for the idea. I changed up the colors and a couple of the textures and everything, but that's what we do. We get ideas online and we kind of make them our own. So that's what I did. Okay, so let's get to it. Oh, I just show you. So this is what it looks like in the catalog, and this is the 2024 September through December like holiday catalog, and so that's kind of showcasing the suite. All right, now we can get to it. So I started with Copper Canyon card base. It's a regular size, 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4. It's a color I don't use very much, but it's a great fall color. It's a great masculine color. And I will say, I love it paired with the cherry cobbler. Like, it looks really kind of nice. So that's what I did there. Some of my pieces are kind of already textured and ready, and then some I'm going to do for us. So this is, I already textured it. I use the cane weave, or I think it's called just, I don't know if it's called cane or cane weave. I should really label them. But that, anyways, that's what I did. And the cool thing is you can use this side or you can use this side. I've used both. I don't know if that one has both, but it doesn't matter. And to me, reason why I picked it, it looked like a sweater. So, you know, sweater is fall season, or fall season is sweater weather. And so this is, the first layer is 4 by 5 1/4. So kind of a standard first layer. So actually, you know what? Let's just glue that on there. As I'm showing it to you, we're just going to put it all together. I'm not even going to pick. It's whatever side was up. So I am using more glue than I normally do. And I know some people will say, but I use more than that. But there's a lot of like nooks and crannies with that texture. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough glue on there for it to stick. Sometimes I don't really use a tape runner anymore, but sometimes I know when you use it with a lot of texture, it actually peels back some of the paper. So I actually think the glue is a good fit for this. All right, so that's done. We'll just get all our gluing done and then we'll do some stamping. All right, so for the next layers, these guys here, this is very vanilla and this is basic beige. And I like those two together. I'm really happy with the color combination. So that's what I have here. And I had them written down, but I'm just going to measure them out for you because I don't remember where it is. So my very vanilla is 3 by 4. So I'm going to put that right on there. You could do white, but I actually think the cream and the vanilla is a little bit more fallish. And then this piece is just a layer smaller. So 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I already textured it, and I used the new, I think it's called plaid. Like I said, I need to put labels on these. So it's kind of nice if you make multiples, you can actually kind of do 4 at once. And I like it because it's not all uniform. Like you can kind of see it's all a little bit different, and plaid's fallish too. So that's why I like these two textures together. So let's just glue these together. Basic beige is really a good color. It's a great neutral to kind of either soften things up, or if you just don't want to use white, beige is a good substitute. All right, and I'm just going to glue that directly on. Again, I'm going to use more glue than I normally do because I'm gluing it to those textures. So that's just going to get right in the middle. All right, so there's kind of our layout for the card. So now we can do some stamping. So I have, this is just like a scrap piece of Very Vanilla. I decided to do, since I'm using the vanilla on the card, I decided to do vanilla cream, whipped cream, and my label. So I think it works out just fine. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to use Memento black ink, and I even have it labeled for blends, so I know that Memento ink is what I use for my blends. Markers. So I'm just going to stamp. I've used this stamp set a lot and I love it. All right, so there's my coffee mug. Now that could be coffee, it could be tea, it could be cider, it could be a latte, it could be whatever you want it to be. I'm going to, well, I suppose some things, maybe tea wouldn't have whipped cream. My whipped cream. I'm going to stamp a little pumpkin, and I'm going to stamp 2 cinnamon sticks. So I'm going to show you the stamp set again, just so you can see all of the choices that you have. Cover this up. Make sure you don't have the glare. So here's the cinnamon stick, but you also got a straw, you get a candy cane. So I used the pumpkin, but you could totally turn it into an apple drink, something that uses gingerbread, or you can use this for Valentine's. You have marshmallows, here's the whipped cream, you have sprinkles. So those are like all the things you could put in the drink, plus you have pie and donuts. It's a great set. All right, so I'm gonna color first, and then they're right in front of me. Oh, actually I have to stamp one more thing. So I decided to stamp fall. Actually, I copied this. Fall right on that sleeve of the coffee cup, and we're just going to leave that one plain. I mean, we're not going to color that part in. I'm going to color in the rest of the mug. So I decided to use, I think they're Cajun Craze. Yeah, Cajun Craze. You can use any colors. I was just kind of sticking with the fall colors, but really any color would work. I'm just going to put some dark, and I'm going to, you know, that's not very good coloring, but I'm going to blend it all in with the lighter Cajun Craze. Now these two are kind of, I think kind of different when you put them next to each other, but they do blend together. My tips are starting to go. I can use, actually, my tips you can kind of see they're starting to dull. When that happens, I can use this tip instead. I do like the brush tip because to me it reminds me of a paintbrush, and I like to paint. All right, but both tips work. All right, so that will dry. And you could just do a flat, like one color too. You don't have to blend it together. All right, and then we'll just do a quick orange on our pumpkin here. Nothing fancy. And then for the cinnamon stick, I used light pecan pie. You can use any sort of browns. The bronze. Trying to think what other browns. I know there's some in the skin tones. All right, so those are our cinnamon sticks. So now we're going to cut them. I'm just going to use my, this little, I'll use my mini machine. All right. And I always point this out. I use my mini machine. So it comes with, comes with another plate. Actually, it comes with 2 more plates. It comes with the dark gray one, and that's for the 3D embossing folders for the mini machine. But it also comes with a white base, kind of like this one, and then the 2 clears. Mine works better. It's designed to use the white plate plus the 2 clear plates for cutting, but for some reason mine works better when I use this gray plate, which is really designed for embossing folders. So I just write right on here for whatever I'm doing, and then this is what I'm doing. So it works better. So if you have a mini machine and you struggle with not always having them run through, try different plates to see what works. All right. I have a little washi tape. Actually, I'm gonna put them together this way so I can see. And then I'll put it down. The washi tape just helps it stick since some of these are little pieces. But they all line up. And you do have, this one is for the cinnamon stick, and there is another one for the straw, and they're very similar, so just beware of that. These are also really easy to cut out with scissors. All of these pieces are. You just cut them out in the outline. For some reason, I don't think my pumpkin is on right. There we go. Okay. I probably could have been done faster cutting them with scissors. Okay. So now I have some whipped cream in my mug. Oh, look at it moved. That's not a very good cinnamon stick. Like I said, I probably would have done better cutting by scissors, but I actually, in anticipation of needing 2, I already pre-cut 2, so we're just going to use those ones. It just moved, no big deal. All right, and especially if you have washi tape on these and they're tiny, just make sure they get back on either in your sleeve or magnet, because I've had some stick to the back of my stamp set, and it's no fun when you lose them. There's a leaf with the dies too. I'm trying to think what else is in here. Oh, this says coffee, this says latte for the sleeve, and then you have different words as well. So just trying to think what's different than the stamp set. I already cut out my leaves too, just to make the video go a little faster. So I did pumpkin pie, crushed curry, and cherry cobbler. All right, don't need these anymore. We don't need that anymore. Now we're going to assemble. I'm just going to use this just so I think you can see better. I didn't do such a good job with that either. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it, so at least it's kind of even. And that piece is going to get covered over. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue, a little line of glue I should say, right on the top. And I'm going to put my whipped cream right on top. Let it sit for a second. So the cool things with these leaves, so you have one die, but it also, let's see, I think you can see with this cut. So you have it cuts. It kind of sticks together, but it also separates. So you have the choice of separating those two, so you can mix and match, which is kind of cool. So let me show you those samples again. So this one I left the leaves solid, and this one's I mixed and matched, so it's kind of cool. So since I took that apart, I'm going to mix and match them. And then you, if you want, you can even use for some of them just the outline of the leaves, which I think is kind of a cool look as well. Maybe not for this card because we kind of need the more colors. All right. And I put them back. Let's see. I'll do different ones. So this just kind of fits right back in. And on this one, we'll go with the orange. And I'll show you how I glued them. All right, so it's kind of fun just to change it up a little bit. If you're doing green leaves, you can do different shades of green. All right, I'm going to just put a dimensional on the top and the bottom of my mug here. And I'm just going to kind of put it off to the side a little bit, like that. And then I'm just going to pick up these leaves. I'm going to get sticky, but that's all right. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just like that and stick them right on the side here. That glue that I used kind of a lot of glue, it will just, should do this one. It will dry clear. And I'm actually going to put a pumpkin there too. So I'll do a little less glue. I'm just kind of put it towards the base, and that way it's covering both colors. And this one will just get kind of here. I'll just use my scissors to push it down so I don't get sticky. Oops. You certainly could have used adhesive sheets, and then that would already have the sticky on it. And these tweezers too, which it's too late now. I should have done that. All right, so I got my 3 leaves there, and then I'm going to put I'm just going to cut a piece to make it smaller. A dimensional, the back side of my pumpkin. So this will get popped up a little bit. I'm just going to put it right there. And then I'm going to use my favorite linen thread. And I'm just going to tie a bow. Trim it. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue. You could use a glue dot too. Oops, that was probably too much glue. I'm going to put that right in the glue. Get my scissors and press on the knot and give that a second to dry. Oh, I forgot the cinnamon sticks. I'm a little heavy-handed with my glue. Usually I'm pretty light, so I'm going to put 1 cinnamon stick here, a little bit, and my other cinnamon stick is going to go right on top, kind of on top like that. All right, so let that dry, because again, I use more glue than I usually do. There's 2 more steps we can do. So I have just a little strip of Very Vanilla, and we need our words. So there's tons of word combinations you can do, but I'm going to do Grateful It's Finally Fall. And actually, I'm probably going to use a bunch of these for Thanksgiving cards this year. I'm using copper clay, which is the same color as that card base. And I'm going to just stamp it on this scrap. And then I'm going to cut it. So I'm actually going to cut the sides first. They're sticky on my scissors. And then I'm going to actually cut this because I want it really skinny. Trim that down. Trim that down. And then I'm going to cut the words in between. So there's a little space, so I'm going to go right in that space. So grateful. It's. And you could even say grateful it's fall if you didn't want finally, but I'm going to keep the finally. I'm going to flip them over and I'm going to use my foam strip. So normally these are like about that long. They're longer, but I just cut them in half. And then I'm going to trim these down to fit on my words. So this one will fit on the little one. That one will fit there. That way, like if I was using regular dimensionals, I'd be doing a lot of trimming on the edges, but the foam strips really work. So now I'm just going to peel that backing. And if you, you could also glue them straight down. Grateful. I'm just doing them on the diagonal, not really being too picky. It's. Finally, fall. And on the inside, I have, this is 4 by 5 1/4. It's a regular layer. And I have a little strip of, oh shoot, oh, I can look it up. I'll tell you where it's from. It's some specialty paper. Nope, it's not that one, but it's close to that one. Sorry, I should have been ready on this one, but I want to show you. I thought it went with that sweet. Oh, here it is. Wrong sweet. So it's right here. So you get, what do you get? 4. You get 2 sheets of each. So this middle one is the cherry cobbler. This one is white with a different type of square. Hopefully you can see it. And then this is pretty, I think it's Pretty Peacock, and with gold embossing. So it's really pretty. So that's where I got this, and I just cut it 1/2 inch or 2 squares. And I'm just gonna put that on the bottom because it needed a little something on the inside, and I thought that worked. So I'm just gonna put a little glue on the bottom here. Put this right on top. And that way, these are all, there's no words in them yet. Oh, and I'll put a little pumpkin. But at least it's something. It's not just a blank white page or a blank vanilla page. I'm sure you guys have other things you can put on there. Oops. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Can I peel this off? Oh, okay. Phew. All right, this is how you save your piece of paper. Watch. We're gonna put glue on this side. We're gonna glue it on the inside of the card. And we're gonna put a little glue on the bottom. Let that happen quick. And we'll put this right back on top. Okay, phew. And then we're gonna find our pumpkin. There it is. And we'll stamp that over the ink. And now we'll just give our pumpkin just a little color. Okay. And then it's, yep, it's done. Okay, I had to make sure we did all our steps. So these are the 2 with the multicolored leaves, and I did, oh, that's still drying. That's still drying. maybe use a glue dot. I use glue on all of them, but then I let them dry. But this uses different combinations for the leaves there, and then this one uses these solid leaves. So you can kind of, yeah, they're all on the screen so you can kind of see them all. But I hope you see the versatility of this set. I've made donut cards already. I've made pie cards. I did a Christmas mug, and I'm going to be using it tons and tons. So I hope you like it. If you have any questions, or you need help ordering, or you need more ideas, reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. So thank you very much and have a great day. Bye-bye.